Hey guys, I'm Kent and welcome back to my channel. So I've got a video that I've been waiting to do for a long time, but finally have all of the parts, and I'm ready to install the DHM Stage 2 power modifications to my 2025 DAX 125. I already have the exhaust on the bike. I've done 2 videos on exhausts actually. I'm currently running one from Beams, and previously I had the Cyclone exhaust from Yoshimura. I will actually try doing tests between the two to see which one's making the most power. I haven't had this bike on the dyno yet. I think for the most part, I'm not making this a wild power build, but I have been doing different tests on top speed. Top speed does have a pretty positive relationship with horsepower, so looking to see how much more power by way of top speed I'm getting out of the modifications I'm about to throw on the bike. So I try to do all the same top speed runs under similar conditions, and there's one area in particular that I've so far got a top speed of 63 miles an hour. So again, exhaust is already in. The things that I am putting on today are a DHM tuned ECU. This is, again, their stage 2 specifically for the DAX. I believe the one for the Grom actually does work. I've heard though that from people that have done it, the check engine light stays on, and obviously not tuned exactly for this bike. So now that they do have the tunes for the DAX, I was really excited to try it out. Good chance that I'll go to the A-Racer setup eventually, but really curious how much more power I get from this, because I've said it in other videos, I think the biggest bang for the buck is the tuned ECU, the cam, intake, and exhaust. That, again, for the dollars that you're spending, you're getting the most power out. You end up spending a lot more money just to eke out those last couple or few horsepower. Again, on this bike, this may be just enough for me. In addition to the ECU, I have their S1 cam. I've put this in my 2022 Grom. I've actually put it in a couple of 2022 Groms at this point. A lot of power. I've seen, I think, over 2 horsepower just from the cam when I was doing the A-Racer and tuning on the dyno. And then from an intake perspective, I actually have 2 options. I'm not sure which one I'm going to throw on the bike now. I'll do different videos covering them both. Katako has one specifically for the DAX. It's just a little, show you again, it's just a little tube and a filter that sticks out here on the side. It doesn't look like it has a provision for the mass airflow sensor or the pressure tube that comes out of the back of the engine, but I've run similar setups and it runs just fine. The other option I have, Steady Garage sent me this. This is actually for the 2022 Monkey, and they wanted me to see how it fits. It looks, just based off of kind of test fitting, that it looks like it'll probably be just fine. I'm assuming the sensor extension wire that comes in their kit, I'll probably need to make a little bit longer. And the tube, actually the tube is probably long enough because it comes up here and we'll be moving it around. So I may put this on today just to test out for them to see how it fits and get some good photos as they do more R&D to see if this is something that they could just start marketing directly for the DAX. Power-wise, I'm sure both of them actually make very close to the same, because all it is a few inch lengths of tubing and then a different types of filter. This has a UNI filter, and this is using more of that K&N style cone filter. Again, I'm expecting similar power for both. We'll test out both though. In this video though, I'd like to get it in one configuration and get it broken in and try the top speed run to see how much more than 63 miles an hour I'm getting on this bike. All right, first let's throw in the ECU. To do that, we need to take off this little side cover. It's where the ECU and a few other modules live. It's just a couple of screws. It's actually a screw on the top, screw down here on the right side, and then a 5mm Allen key for this one. I don't know why it requires different tools. And then it pulls off and it kind of hinges at the bottom. I kind of lift it up, and then it slides out. You can see that there's a couple tabs down here, so don't just pull straight out. Pull from the top and then it comes out. And then the ECU goes here. This rubber thing just pulls off. This is actually the cover. This little DHM cool 3D printed piece is just a cover, so you just remove this. Then here on the socket for the ECU, there's this gray thing that you pull out, and you just slot in, and it only fits one way. Clicks in, snaps in, and you're good to go. Then this rubber boot goes back on here to slide it firmly into this little mounting bracket. All right, so that's it. The new ECU is installed. So to replace the cam, we're going to take off this cam cover. So let's pop off this cam gear. This is a 12mm socket. And the cam gear is retained by this little 10mm bolt and washer. Sometimes it just slides out. This time it doesn't seem to want to, so I'm going to pop off the tappet covers so that we can loosen up the valves, which are probably just hitting it, so that we can slide this out. All right, intake and exhaust tappets have been loosened. And that's all I needed to do. Okay. The big difference in the one the DHM one is cut is that these lobes go up higher than the stock one does, so that it can lift the valves higher than the stock one does. Maybe difficult to see, plus I think my camera's trying to do too much fancy focusing. But this lobe, you can see, is actually higher than the race of the bearing, whereas on the stock one, it is lower. Difficult to get a perfect comparison, but from here, from my vantage point, it's pretty clear. So let's get this popped in and the valves adjusted, and that's about it. Then we'll move to the intake. I like to use assembly lube when I'm assembling things like this, so I'm going to put a little bit on the lobe and the bearing race as I get it into the engine. This retaining bolt and washer gets torqued down to 9 foot-pounds. And before we throw the cam gear on, we need to move the engine to top dead center, because we need to line up this circle with this little arrow in the case with the T mark on the flywheel. So let me get these little windows off and I'll find the T. We'll get this matched up. So you can use a 17mm socket on the nut that you have through the lower hole, and then looking through the top hole, you're looking for the T. It's probably actually easier to find top dead center before you take off the cam gear, because as I rotate this around, I'm going to hold the chain with my hand just so that it doesn't get sucked into the motor. So just to show you, we're looking for that T lining up with the little dot here. Okay, now we're just going to pop the cam gear back on. In earlier versions of this motor, there was a cam gear tensioner bolt that you could take off to make this really easy. Now it's internal. Actually, let me confirm that it's internal on this. Yeah, this is just like the newer motors. There's no cam gear tensioner bolt. So what we need to do is just use a little bit of muscle. I have found that you can use leverage with a pair of pliers. I'll show you what I mean. But we're looking for this circle to line up with the little arrow that's right here. I've seen folks do different things, making marks on the chain or using zip ties. Honestly, it's easier, I think, just to eyeball it and then just make light adjustments. But first you want to get the chain onto the gear. And honestly, I think, again, just eyeballing it like that, that may be bang on. So first, lining the cam up so the little notch is here on the left side. So I have the notch on the gear pretty much lined up with the notch on the cam. It's just now a matter of forcing it this way. And I found the easiest way is just to use something like this. This cam gear bolt torques down to 22 foot-pounds. The valves get adjusted to 0.005 inches. All right, so I'm going to run the Katako intake for now. I did some test fitting with the Monkey one. I actually can get it to fit pretty well, but for some of these initial tests, I'm going to run with this Katako intake. I'm going to do a separate video later where I show the installs and options of all the air filters. So I didn't cover it in this video. There was a little more work involved in taking out the stock airbox stuff. The cool thing though is that there's now a storage compartment here that you can actually fit quite a bit of stuff. Alright, so this bike is feeling much peppier. Just as I've been warming it up, it already has shown numbers higher than that 63 miles an hour. Anyway, this is the same road where I did 63 last time. Also, no tuck, sitting straight up. Here we go. road goes a little down, then up, and then down, and then up. On the downs I saw as high as 68, and then even when we were going up I was still doing 63, so lots of top end pickup. Really happy with as much power as that picked up, again, for being such a simple install and relatively inexpensive, not needing the A-Racer and all of the other tuning work. Looking at the engine temps, my oil temp is 169, so things are running nice and cool. It's a cooler day today, it's probably about 68, 69 degrees right now, but anyway, honestly, that also from a speed perspective felt just about as fast as I really want to ride this bike. There's a lot of little ruts in this road, so it's a little wobblier, but anyway, happy with that. Also from a gearing perspective, I am running a 16 tooth front sprocket, but I think it's the 37 in the back, so effectively the ratio is almost the same as stock. Anyway, big thanks to DHM for setting me up with this kit. I'll link directly to the Stage 2 tune that they now have for the DAX available on their website. Also thanks to Scooter Swap Shop for the intake that I've got on the bike right now, as well as AMSOIL, who's supplying all of my lubricants these days. I'll link to all of those in the description below. If this was interesting at all, please give me that thumbs up. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.